All right. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to today's 60-minute powerful flow class. This is sort of like yoga leg day a little bit. We're going to be really working on strength and stability in the lower body. So not just legs, also like glutes, hips, and low back. So also quite a bit of core work. The focus for today really is stability. We'll be building a lot through the legs so that we can start to open up and lengthen through the chest and the arms. And I also want to share with you, I don't like theme my classes very often. It's not like really a strength of mine. But I was listening to a podcast with Sharon Salzberg, who's a really incredible meditation teacher. And she said something that I can't stop thinking about that I wanted to offer to you before we start this class that's about balancing, which is difficult. She was talking about how the meditation, seated meditation practice of counting your breaths isn't as much about accumulation, like how many breaths can I take before my mind starts to wander, even though we're sort of always thinking that, like, oh, I got 4 breaths before my brain like thought about what I need to do, or oh, today I got to 10, or I can only get to 2 today. It's not about accumulation. It's about teaching us to start over with a little bit more grace for ourselves. Like really struck me. I feel like everything I do is about improvement and accumulation and ultimately perfection. And so I just want to offer that to you, that though I said stability is one of the goals for today, I want to also offer that falling out of stability might also be an opportunity to practice not the accumulation of moments you can stay stable, but the way you are with yourself as you start over again and again. So with that, I'm going to press play on the playlist if you're interested in following along. And we're going to get started laying down on our backs. You can find your favorite on your back pose. Maybe it's just flat out like a starfish. Maybe you bring the bottoms of your feet to the earth, pointing your knees up high in kind of a bridge or a broken bridge pose. Maybe you let the bottoms of your feet touch and your knees fall open in reclined bound angle pose, whatever works for you. Bring your hands to rest on your abdomen, letting your elbows, your shoulders press down into the earth and relax. And take these first few moments to locate your body in space, to sense into the walls around you, feeling above you. Feeling the earth beneath you, not just your body resting against it, but that sense of support from the ground, rising up to meet you, to hold you. Start to draw attention to your breath here. Without calling any special breathing to the forefront, can you notice the possibility of relaxing with your breath? Relax your face. Let your shoulders melt. And feel the length of your spine supported by the earth beneath you. Take a big, slow breath in through your nose here, filling up. And out your mouth, a long, slow sigh. Good, again, like that, breathing in and expanding. Breathing out, letting go. Let's take one more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Gently blink your eyes open if they were closed. And gently bring yourself to have your feet resting on the earth with your knees pointing up. So whatever position you were in, we're all here like we're at the bottom of a bridge. We're gonna get started with some pelvic tilts here, starting to build a little awareness through the pelvic region and the core. You can just rest your hands on the earth beside you or kind of on your hips if you want to feel this movement. And first, I want you to tuck your tailbone underneath you. So this might feel like kind of your tailbone is like lifting up. Good, low back is squishing down. And now let's turn the pelvis the other way. So you're creating a little arch in your back, maybe a little space to put your hand. This is tilting the pelvis back. I always get this confused. But either way, there are two directions going the other way, tucking the tailbone, flattening the low back, and then tipping the pelvis backwards. Good. Do 3 more of these on your own, just noticing if one hip goes first, or if you can move these hip points in simultaneous fashion, nice and slow. Good, and now we'll rock the pelvis side to side. So again, these are very subtle movements. We're just building some awareness through this region. So push your right hip gently down towards the ground, feeling the left side of your pelvis lift up just slightly. And then push the left side of the hip down, feeling the right end tip up. Good, 3 more like this, just playing with this subtle movement, noticing the muscles that start to fire up to control movements of the pelvis. And keep breathing. All right, bring your pelvis back to center and now do a quick rock forward and back, rock side to side. It might be a little easier to locate what a neutral pelvis feels like to you. So it's not totally tucked, not totally arched. Hip points are even with each other. And from this neutral pelvis, bring your hands to rest on the mat. Wiggle your heels a little closer to your glutes. Tuck your tailbone gently and start to lift up into a bridge pose. Breathing in, breathing out, staying here. Starting to feel the legs turn on, noticing hamstrings, glutes, all the muscles along your spine supporting you here. Breathe in. And as you exhale, lower down 1 vertebrae at a time, nice and easy. 3 more like that. Breathe in, bridge pose, lift your hips. Exhale, lower, really slowly. Take 2 more on your own, moving with the breath. Good, last one. Beautiful job. All right, inhale, bridge pose 1 more time. And this time, lower down just part way. So your booty's hovering off the earth. And then as you inhale, squeeze the glutes, come back up. Now they're glute bridges. What up? All right, lower the hips, inhale. Exhale, lift and squeeze your butt. We got 5 more. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Good. Keep control around the pelvis. Feeling the whole lower back region starting to say, hello, we're working. Keeping the toes soft, keeping your face soft. I have 2 more. Wherever you are, you're doing great. Woo. All right, when you finish up your last one, lower all the way down to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest, giving your low back a little massage. And then stack your knees right over your hips, send your shins out, toes flex back towards your face. We're gonna do some dead bug to warm up the core a little more here. Cement your low back down to the earth. So you're tucking your tailbone underneath you, then manually with your hands, push your knees back over your hips. This is already quite a bit of work to stabilize the pelvis and the shape with the legs. You can stay here and breathe. If you want a little more, start to lower the right heel towards the earth. Knee can stay bent or go out and then lift it back up. Good, going with the left foot now, lowering with control. Pelvis stays just where it is and lifting up. Good, keep going here, alternating, lowering one leg and lifting, keeping your hip points even with each other, keeping your low back glued down. Good, keep going. If you want more of a challenge, you can straighten the leg more as it goes out. But if you find that you're rocking side to side, just remove a little bit of the range of motion. Keep this a little tighter here and use the breath to stabilize. You're here for 4, for 3, one more round each side for 2, and 1. Even out your sides, hug your knees into your chest. Nice job. All right, stamp your feet on the ceiling, grab for happy baby. Maybe keep your hands on the backs of your knees. Maybe you can reach towards your ankles or your feet. And a couple of breaths here just to freestyle, just to feel into the legs, noticing what feels good to stretch, noticing where any tension or tightness is. And we'll be making our way into a seated position next. So you're welcome to rock and roll the length of your spine, or more gently and safely for you, get yourself there. We're meeting in a seated position in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Meet me in a seated position. Feet are out, arms are gonna come back behind you. So you're not totally slouched down. Push your arms into the ground to boost your chest up. And we're gonna do a little hip warm up here. So feet are out in front of you, as wide as feels good. Chest is lifted, gently drop your knees off towards the left. Ooh. And then with your neck, turn to look to the right. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Good, bring your chin back to center, lift the knees and send them over to the right this time. Neck rotates to the left. If this is uncomfortable, it's because your left hip is in internal rotation, which we just don't do very often. Bring your head back to center. Inhale, knees to the top. Exhale, drop to the left, look right, adding a little flow. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop, knees to the right, look left. Let's do one more round. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop to the right. Good, come back to center. Make your way into a tabletop position, setting up for some cat and cow. Hands are wide on the mat, index fingers point straight forward, so hands are slightly rotated out. As you breathe in, drop your belly, lift your chin. A few breaths here to stretch and explore. Move the hips side to side, shift forward and backward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, cat pose, round and curl your spine, launching your heart up through your upper rib cage. Few breaths here to explore and move organically. And now we'll add a little flow between these two shapes, but keep adding on other movements, side to side, front, back, if it feels good. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly. Exhale, cat, round and curl. 3 more, all on your own. Move with the breath. Nice job. Finish up one more round of your cat and cow. Good. We'll meet in a static tabletop. Spine and pelvis are neutral. Walk the hands forward, couple handprints, tuck the toes, engage your core, and lift your hips into downward facing dog. Couple breaths here to stretch into the back of the legs. Support your body with your hands by spreading your fingers wide, using the whole surface area of your hands to grip at the mat, especially your finger pads and these big knuckles that connect to your palms. And from the stability in your shoulders, can you envision your spine growing 2 inches longer? Can you think about lengthening your inner thighs, your inner leg line? Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll, walk your feet up behind your wrists. Release yourself into a big fold. Let your head and neck hang super, super heavy here. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like. Keep your feet as wide as feels good. Start to bring a little rock side to side. And you're welcome to take a twist or a chest expansion. Today, I'm gonna offer these little like lateral crawls. So crawl both arms towards one of your feet, finding a big side stretch. And then release back to center, crawl towards the other side, finding stretch on the other side. Good, return to center. 2 more breaths here, find what you need. Good, release your hands towards the earth, then bring them back to your hips, bend your knees really generously, lift yourself up to stand, moving carefully, moving slowly. All right, and before we start moving, we're gonna find a super sturdy mountain pose. And from that stability, we'll be opening up through the chest and the shoulders. So feet are about hip width distance apart or closer. Spread your toes wide, push your feet down. Maybe even visualize that roots are literally coming out from the bottoms of your feet. And from that stability through the feet, draw energy up through the legs. Feel your hamstrings, your quads engage. Send your tailbone down slightly, so that slight tuck, feeling the low belly turn on. And from this deep stability in the legs, can you reach your arms up, lengthening through both side bodies? Breathe in and breathe out. Keep your core tight. Bring your hands to clasp overhead. Inhale, lift your fingers up. Exhale, strong side bend towards the right. So bump your hips to the left, kind of making this little half moon shape. This is tough. Legs are strong, core is strong. You're like, it's a stretch, but it's also work. That's true. Take a breath in. Breath out, relax your face. Good, inhale, hinge to center. And exhale, half moon side stretch towards the left, hips bump to the right. If you're really crunching through this left side, can you make yourself longer and then come back into the bend, create more space. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax your shoulders. Good, inhale, center, back to mountain. Exhale, back bend, lift your heart, squeeze your glutes, manifest space across your collarbones. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful, inhale, mountain, everything neutral. Exhale, fold forward, soften your knees, come down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high plank and pause just for a moment. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Whole body is long and strong. Fire up the legs again here. Squeezing the quads, squeezing the glutes. Hugging your hip bones up towards your rib cage. Push your hands into the earth. Feel your shoulder blades strong across your back. And then hug your thumbs in towards each other to light up your pecs. Gaze straight between your hands. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward, lower all the way to your belly. Option to drop to your knees first. Push your toenails into the ground. Inhale, cobra pose, peel your heart up. Keep breathing here. Slide your shoulder blades down and back. Pinch them together behind you like you're holding a quarter. Reach your neck 1 inch longer on this high diagonal. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, that's our sun A. We'll flow through twice now, matching breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Strong feet. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, half moon side bend to the right. Good. Inhale, mountain, strong legs. Exhale, bend to the left. Good job. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend, lift your heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold with soft knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high plank and hold or lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra if you're taking it. Exhale, lower. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Last time through. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the left. Nice job. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend, open up. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high plank and hold or lower to your belly. Inhale, optional cobra, lift your heart. Exhale, lower. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, lower down to your knees, come back to tabletop. We're gonna do a little lunge sequence before we get moving with Sun B, just to stretch out the legs before they do quite a bit of work for us. So you're gonna come into a lunge with the left leg in front. So bring the left foot forward, right leg is back, and then walk your hands up your legs. So you're in a tall kneeling lunge. Ankle and knee are stacked, back hip, back knee are stacked. From here, you can keep your left hand on your thigh, take a breath in, reach your right arm up. And as you exhale, bend to your left, bending towards the knee. Good, a few breaths here, squeeze your back glute. Think about lengthening this front of the right hip. And see if you can soften your shoulders as you hold steady here. Inhale and exhale. Good, inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, hands come to the floor, left leg straightens, find half splits. This is where if you have your blocks nearby, they might be helpful underneath your hands. And from here, for a few breaths, we're just gonna go between this deep lunge here and half splits. So if one of those isn't feeling good to you, stick with just one. But be exploratory here, using the breath to facilitate what movement feels like. Opening through the hips and the hamstrings. 2 more breaths to do your thing. Good. Now we'll come back to a tabletop and we'll send the right leg forward for that same series of stretches on the other side. So right leg is forward, left leg is back. Walk your hands up your right thigh. Make sure your joints are stacked so you get the most out of this stretch. Knee over ankle, hip over knee. Right hand on the right thigh. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bend to the right. Firm your left glute. Keep your pelvis stable. This is where the stretch comes from. The stability through your legs is what allows this opening through the side body, through the front body. Inhale and exhale. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth, invitation to straighten the front knee, maybe pop the toes up, starting to play with this rock forward and backward between a lunge that's maybe a little deeper and half split. Good, 2 more rounds, all on your own. All right, beautiful job. Make your way back to tabletop and then downward facing dog, please. Pedal out through the legs, giving the backs just one more stretch. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. All right, inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, walk to meet your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, lower your hips, lift your hands up. Good, breathe here, hold steady. Drop your hips further back behind you like you're reaching for a kindergarten chair. And then bring your hands to your outer thighs. Push your legs out into your hands and meet that resistance with your strong arms, holding the legs in place. Yes, keep this same engagement through the legs. Reach your arms back up, inhale. Exhale, airplane arms, legs stay as they are. Hinge your arms backwards. Keep breathing. Lift your chest up, feel your core engage. Pinch your shoulder blades together behind you. Palms face each other like you're squeezing a beach ball. Inhale, chair pose, back up. You got it. Exhale, chair plane, arms come back. Yes. Inhale, lift the right leg, one leg mountain. Breathe here. Sorry, you can stay. We're gonna do 3 movements here. If you want to hold in one leg mountain, you're welcome to stay here. Knee and ankle are stacked. Right leg, right thigh is super strong. Take a breath in. Option to exhale, come to standing figure 4. Right ankle over left knee. Hips drive straight back. Flex your right toe towards your shins. This deepens the stretch in the right hip and protects your knee. Maybe you sink 1 inch lower, embracing the wobble. Inhale, one leg mountain, come back up. Exhale, curtsy squat. Send your right toes back and off to the left. Hovering them if you can, kickstanding if you need to. Keep your chest lifted. Feel the left leg working for you. Good. Inhale, one leg mountain, rise up. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Float your right toes back. Arms follow. Keep breathing here while we refine this shape. So strong lunge in the left knee. Hips are still square, so maybe you do bring your hands to your hips. Move left hip back, right hip forward. That glute is engaged, and then your body is at this diagonal angle coming from the line of your back leg. Arms come straight back. So strong. Inhale, reach your arms forward. So now you are a long diagonal line from right heel through fingertips. Slide your shoulder blades down and back. Breathe in. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms just one time. So good. Inhale, reaching crescent. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. So good. Relief is coming. Inhale, warrior 2. Spin open. Started on the wrong side. Keep breathing here. Adjust your legs. You can bend and straighten into this left leg as you need to. And then settle into a challenging shape, but one that you can really work with here. So squeeze your heels towards each other like you could scrunch up this mat underneath you. Send your fingertips out long and strong. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach left arm forward and down, right arm high. A few breaths here. Notice if you've dumped all your weight into your left leg, can you pinch the pinky edge of your right foot down to let the right hip and leg help too? Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten the front leg. Reach up, maybe back. Press your left big toe down into the ground. Breathe in. Exhale, high plank to your belly. Cartwheel your arms down. Step back. Option to lower all the way. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, that's one side. We'll go through nice and slow on the other side here. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink low, reach up high. You got it. And here we're going to focus on the tailbone this time. So legs are already engaged just like you did on the other side. Notice if your tailbone's really like popped up so you have this curve in your back. Tuck it underneath you so that you're using more outer hip support here. Inhale. Exhale, chair plane, send the arms back, pinch the shoulder blades, neck is long, arms are strong. Inhale, chair, just one. Exhale, chair plane, you got it. Inhale, lift the left leg, one leg mountain. Stay and breathe here, set up with stability. Right foot pushes down, left thigh is strong, left toes flex back. Maybe you stay here. Work on keeping everything stable and strong, even as you wobble. To move on, inhale, reach high. Exhale, standing figure 4, left ankle over right knee, sink back. Couple breaths here. Can you keep your spine long? Keep your core engaged. Inhale, one leg mountain, unwind. Exhale, curtsy squat, left toes come back and around this time. Firing up through the right glute, right hamstrings. You got it. Spine is long. Inhale, one leg mountain. Awesome. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Step the left foot back. Good. Invitation to bring the hands to the hips real quick. Right hip moves back, left hip moves forward. Torso is hinging forward. You have to use your core, front and back, to hold you here, and then reach the fingertips back. Good. Squeeze the back glute. Inhale, reaching crescent. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades. One more. Inhale, reaching crescent. You got it. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Awesome. Inhale, warrior two, spin open. Bend and straighten the front knee as much as you need to. And then find yourself back in a strong warrior two. Right knee points a little bit out towards your pinky toe, maybe your middle toe. Tapping into that sensation through the outer hip of like really working. Fingertips go long, breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Keep the strength in the legs. I know it burns. I'm right here with you. You got it. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. What can you soften? Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten the front leg. Reach up, find length. Breathe in. Exhale, high plank to your belly or hold high plank. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna flow through once on each side. It is gonna go a little bit faster. So maybe this is a moment that you do either embrace the beginning againness, or maybe you give it a try holding one leg mountain rather than going to all of the other shapes. Listen to your body, challenge yourself. Don't get down on yourself if you don't perform the way you were expecting. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, sink low. Exhale, chair plane, hands come back. Good. Inhale, chair. Exhale, chair plane. Keep your core tight. You're doing awesome. Inhale, lift the right leg, one leg mountain. Exhale, standing figure four. Inhale, one leg mountain. Exhale, curtsy squat. Nice job. Inhale, one leg mountain with control. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms, float back. Inhale, reaching crescent, just once. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Good. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Both legs strong. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, high plank to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Nice. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here we go on the other side. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Sink to your lowest yet. Exhale, chair plane. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, chair. You got it. Exhale, chair plane is our last time. Inhale, lift the left leg, one leg mountain. Stay or exhale, figure four. Inhale, one leg mountain. Exhale, curtsy squat. You got it. Inhale, one leg mountain. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Move like you're going through water. Inhale, reaching crescent. Squeeze the back glute. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Nice. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, high plank to your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, lower down to your knees. You can grab a little drink of water if you need one. We're gonna do a nice breathing recovery here in just a minute. And then a little bit more balancing, nice and slow. And then we'll stretch things out. Thumbs up for you. All right. All right, meet me lying down flat on your belly. If that's not available to you or that's not comfortable, you can do this on your back. We're gonna practice some diaphragmatic breathing. So if you're coming onto your stomach, send your elbows out wide, bring your palms to rest on top of each other, then rest your forehead down. This is crocodile pose. Before we get into the breathing, can you scan your body from head to toe and see how passive you can make this? How little effort can you bring to the shoulders right now? What would really relaxing the front of the hips feel like? Can you feel the glutes and your quads softening all the way down to your toes? Take a breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, feeling it press into the mat. And then out your mouth, a long, slow breath, deflating that balloon. Breathing in, inflating the bottom of the belly up to the rib cage. Exhaling, rib cage and belly. Again, breathing in, inflating the belly, expanding out through the sides of the rib cage. Softening on the exhale. Take a couple more of these all on your own, breathing slowly and fully down into your belly. Notice if the effort to focus on this breath has brought tension back to the neck, shoulders, or jaw. Four more unhurried breaths, just like this. Good. When you're done, press yourself back to child's pose. And before we head into this last balancing set of class, I want to invite you to reflect on what your mental practice has been like so far. What sorts of messages are you sharing with yourself about how this is going? And is there the opportunity to bring a little more lightness and compassion to that inner voice? Is there the opportunity to not just strive for straight up improvement and forward progression, but to soften the way we start over? Gently press yourself onto all fours and make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward, fold, walk up. Bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna come up to stand, move nice and easy. 3 balancing shapes. We're gonna move through them slowly. You'll have some time to recover in between. The first is a twisting drill from one leg mountain. So you can bring your left leg up, back into one leg mountain. Tailbone is slightly tucked, leg is strong. Hips are parallel to each other, so one's not higher than the other. And you're welcome to stay here or start to twist towards your lifted leg. You might keep your left hand on your low back for a little support. You can also reach it straight out. Good, and then come back to center, moving really slowly. 2 more like that. Inhale, open into the twist, steady goes. And then exhale brings you back. We got 1 more, you're doing great. Inhale to open and twist. And exhale, come back. Good, lower the left foot down. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna take that on the other side. So lift the right leg up, finding 1 leg mountain, taking a moment to get sturdy and situated. Checking in with the low back, not bringing any strain by having the booty popped out. You might stay here, or as you breathe in, you might turn to open towards the right leg. And then exhale gently brings you back. Good, 3 more. Maybe this side is a little tougher for you to balance on. That's great information. What are you telling yourself? How are you processing that information in your mind? Can you be less self-critical? Speaking for myself. So we got 1 more. You're doing so great. Nice and slow and controlled. Beautiful. Inhale, mountain pose, both feet on the ground. Exhale, hands to heart. All right. This next one, we're going to start with the right leg up first. You're going to find eagle pose. So right leg crosses over the left. Left arm comes under the right. Maybe weave your palms to touch. Maybe grab for a big bear hug. Think about really compressing your legs together, really squeezing the arms towards each other. If you're in full eagle arms, lift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Pull your fingertips away from your face. Breathe here. Option to stay, to take this into eagle armed airplane. Inhale and slowly unwind to 1 leg mountain. And as you exhale, right leg kicks back like you were floating back to crescent lunge, but then your body is a pendulum. Your arm and your lifted leg move together. Maybe you come parallel, maybe you stay kind of at a 45-degree angle. Control is what we're looking for here, and breath. Good. And when you're ready, gently hinge yourself back up to stand and release. Give your arms a shake, give your legs a shake. Nice job. You'll take that same set on the other side. So lifting the left leg up here, crossing left leg over right, crossing right arm under left, whatever the opposite one you didn't do on the other side. Lean back so your shoulders are over your hips. Lift your elbows, push your hands away from your face. Keep breathing to something non-moving in front of you. Maybe stay. To move on, inhale, unwind. And exhale, nice and easy. Eagle armed airplane, hinge forward any amount. Keep using your breath to support you here. You got it. And when you're ready, gently hinge back to standing. Release your arms and legs. Give everything a little bit of a wiggle, a little shake. All right, last one is tree pose. I don't know why I said it like that. Like, yes, tree. Okay, feet are firmly planted on the ground. Find strong legs, long, tall spine. Push the left foot down. Bring your right foot either to kickstand against your ankle or to slide up your calf or maybe to inner thigh. Think about sending your right knee more back. And can you find stability through the pelvis so you can explore more movement with the arms? What do branches feel like for you today? 3 more breaths. Beautiful control. Draw your branches back in. Release your right foot to the earth. So good. And we'll do 1 more on the other side. So right foot grows roots through the earth. Left foot comes to ankle, low calf, or maybe upper thigh. Think about neutral pelvis here. Think about your core giving you a hug, and from this stability, maybe you bloom into branches here. Maybe they look different on this side. How could you bring more breath to this shape? 2 more breaths. Gently draw your branches back in, release your left foot to the ground. Good. Inhale, mountain pose, reach high. Exhale, half moon bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, half moon bend to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend, lift your heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Winding down now. We're gonna move into pigeon next. If you know you'd like to take this shape on your back in figure 4 on your back, you're welcome to go there now. You're moving into pigeon with us. Take a breath in, kick your right leg high. And exhale, right ankle comes towards the left wrist. Let the left leg go long. I should have told you to grab your blocks to have them nearby. It can be really helpful. See if you can gently activate both legs, pushing your long back leg into the ground, firming the left glute, pushing the whole right thigh and knee into the ground just for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, releasing that active stretch. We'll do that 1 more, and then we'll go down into the deeper stretch. So adjust your legs if you need to. Activate the back leg, back hip, and front leg for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, release. And if you'd like to, maybe you crawl your hands forward. Blocks can be helpful here. Can you rest your head on your hands, a block, the ground, and just let this stretch start to unwind. Your hips have done so much work for you today, helping to stabilize you through all those balancing postures. So this is a special chance to send your breath to the places through the pelvis and hips that you still feel tension or soreness or fatigue. Three more breaths, slow and unhurried. Start to press your palms back down towards the earth, tuck your back toes, unwind yourself back to downward dog. Option 2, kick the right leg up, bend the knee and open the hip for a counter stretch, but it's just an invitation. You're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, downward dog. Finding this on the left side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Left ankle comes behind the right wrist. Right leg goes long. Before we do anything here, notice how it feels different. Honor the differences on the sides of your body. We're not trying to make everything be exactly the same. So given what you feel is happening in your anatomy here, if it feels good to move into this active stretch, we're pushing the back leg down, squeezing the right glute, pushing the left thigh down towards the earth for 4, for 3, 2, and 1, release. Maybe you can scooch the right leg even longer. Maybe there's more room to open the left hip. And we'll do that 1 more time. So engaging the back and front leg, keeping the spine long. You're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, releasing the active stretch. And maybe there's space to bring this into sleeping pigeon. If not, it's all good. Stay up using your hands to support you. If you notice a busy mind now that we're not using the brain to focus on balancing, can you bring your attention to your breath to stay right here for just a little longer? Bring your hands back to the earth, tuck your back toes, make your way to your final downward facing dog of class. Option to find the hip opening counter stretch for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Gently lower to your knees, come to sitting flat on your bum, moving into a big seated forward fold. Legs go straight out in front of you. Wiggle any flesh out from underneath. Sit up tall, flex your toes back towards your shin, breathe in, reach up. And as you exhale, bend your knees, drape your torso over your legs. Maybe you want to bend your knees a lot, give yourself a big hug, enjoy that opening through the low back. Count your breaths here for 6 breaths. Gently start to roll yourself up, and then reach for your strap and let yourself roll all the way down onto your back. We'll do some stretching with this strap, just getting in a little deeper to the legs. Bring the left foot to rest on the earth. Bring your right foot up into your strap or your dog leash. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You're just giving yourself something to hold on to. Keep your toes flexed back towards your shin this whole time, and gently tug your foot towards your face. Kick your heel up towards the ceiling to deepen this stretch. You're here for 2 more breaths. Good. Release the leg back to center. Grab for the strap with your left hand. Bring your right hand like a little lobster claw onto your right hip bone. You're going to pin the right hip down to the earth as you gently take your right leg across your body. Maybe it only goes a couple of inches. This is a big stretch for the outer right hip, and it doesn't take much. But if the right hip pops up, the stretch is lost. So pinning the right hip down, softening the shoulders, 2 breaths. Good. Gently return to center, and we'll trade out the legs. So right leg comes down to the earth. Now the left leg comes up into the strap. Flex your toes back, kick your heel up towards the ceiling, and tug your toe towards your face. Big opening along the hamstrings. Release the stretch. Grab for the strap with your right hand. Bring your lobster claw to hook over your left hip, pinning it down towards the mat. And then allow the left leg to come straight across until you feel the stretch. You'll know. 3 breaths. Where can you soften? Gently return to center. You can set the strap aside. Hug both knees into your chest. Let the left leg go long, squeezing the right knee up and in. Breathe in. Exhale, supine twist. Right leg comes across the body. Stack your hips. Let your arms open out like the letter T. And breathe either into your belly button or into the back of your heart space, whichever makes more sense for you. Hug the right knee back to center, give it a squeeze. Then let the right leg go long, left leg hugs up and in. Inhale. Exhale, twist towards the other direction, stacking the hips, letting the chest open. Mindfully acknowledging any differences in the way this feels, but using the breath just the same. Hug the left knee back to center. Give it a hug. Bring the right knee up to meet it. Find happy baby. This is our last shape together before a little bit of silent grounding and breathing. So find what you need if you haven't found it yet. You have about 4 more breaths. Hug your knees back in towards your chest. Feel your spine resting long against the ground. And then return to your favorite shape on your back here for just a couple breaths. This might be the way you started class or something that feels more supportive here. Bring your hands to rest on your abdomen. Feel the whole body breathing. Noticing any sensations of heat or coolness, tingling or vibrating. You relax the sockets of your eyes. Relax your nostrils. Let your tongue drop down to fill the lower palate and soften all the way to the root of your tongue. Soften the space around your heart and letting that softness spread out towards the shoulders, feeling the shoulders from the inside out. Trace the length of your spine all the way down to your tailbone. Noticing any aliveness through the pelvis. And lastly, notice your hands, softening them. Feeling a light smile spread through the hands, noticing any sensations. And take 5 really slow breaths here with yourself. If this feels really good, I invite you to stay right here. If you'd like to close out class together, gently make your way onto your favorite side for fetal pose. And then nice and easy with your eyes still soft or closed, press yourself up to a tall seat. And we'll end class with 3 big breaths together. You can bring your hands to rest on your thighs. Take a big breath in through your nose, filling up the whole body. And a breath out the mouth, letting go. Good. Inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. Last one, breathe in through the nose all the way, your biggest breath yet. And your biggest breath out. Bring your palms to touch at heart center. Lift your thumbs up to third eye center, merging the wisdom of the heart with the intuition of your mind. I bow in gratitude to each of you for sharing this practice with me and for this amazing practice that keeps us connected even when we're so far apart. Namaste and thank you. All right. Thank you very much for joining me this week. I hope that you liked class. If you have questions or feedback, I love hearing them. So reach out to me anytime. I'd also love to know if that quote I shared about accumulation versus starting over, like really did it for you. I don't know, I've just been thinking about it so much since I heard it. So thanks again for being here. I'll see you soon.